Hello everyone, I am Saswala Hakon, Software Engineer at WSO2. In this video, we are going to discuss about query actions in Ballerina. So let's start. These are the main parts in query action syntax. The main difference in query action is we use do clause instead of select clause in query actions. Other than that, we can use action instead of data source inside the from clause, and we can use actions in the let clause as well. Actions are similar to expressions. However, an action cannot be nested inside an expression. It can only occur as part of the statement or nested inside the other actions. Other clauses are similar to the query expressions in query actions. Remember that query actions should start with an from clause and end with do clause. All other clauses should be in between them. From and do clauses are mandatory for the query actions. So let's go through some examples to understand this. So as the first example, I will use a simple query action in Ballerina. So type the from clause, from, then the data type of the data source, then the keyword in, and the name of the data source. In this case, it is names array. Then we have to use the do clause. So type do. So inside the do clause, we need to provide the task that we need to do in the each iteration. In this case, I will simply use a print statement to print the name variable. So let's run our Ballerina program. So you can see that it prints the members of the array. So let's see another example that uses a query action. Assume that we have defined a client object like this. This client contains two remote methods named foo and bar. Method foo returns integer array, while method bar returns constant integer value 2. So now I am going to write a query action that will iterate through the integer array which is returned by the foo remote method. So let's start to write a query action. We start the from clause as usual. I will use a remote call action to call the foo remote method and get the data source that contains the integer array for the from clause. So type from int I in. After that, I will call the foo remote method in the client object to get the integer array data source. If you wonder with this sign arrow, it means that calling a remote method in Ballerina. Now we completed our from clause using a remote call action. Now let's add the do block for the query action. So you can add one or more statements inside the do block that needs to get executed in each iteration. In this case, I will just print the elements inside the do block. So let's run our Ballerina program to see the result. You can see that the program prints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is contained in the integer array that is returned by the remote call foo. So now we can extend this query action by adding a let expression with the remote call action. So let's type let int. Then I will name the variable as a. So now I will use the remote method bar to get the value for this variable. Now I will update the print statement in the do block with this variable by adding I to a. So let's run our Ballerina program to see the result. The program prints 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is adding value 2 that is returned by the bar remote method to the integer array that is returned by the foo remote method. Important to note that we cannot use these actions inside query expressions. We can only use them inside query actions. Now I hope you have a good understanding about query actions in Ballerina. Thanks for watching this video.